Okay, in our previous two videos, we've installed Ubuntu, we've installed Kubuntu. Now we're going to install Linux Mint 22.3. Virtual machines are the same. 4 gigs of RAM, default hard drive, default network, turned off, secure boot. So let's go ahead and start. And this is going to be the third one that we're going to compare and contrast with. Now, Mint is, unlike Kubuntu, is not an official derivative of Ubuntu. It's based on the same core, but what they have done is taken the Ubuntu core and they've made two major changes. One is they got rid of the default Ubuntu desktop experience and they wrote their own Cinnamon that they use. And then they got rid of Snap and used Flatpak instead. So here's our options. Start Linux Mint, start it in compatibility mode, do an OEM install for manufacturers. We're going to start Linux Mint 22.3. So I'm just going to hit enter on that. And one of the things I like about Mint is that because it uses that same kernel as Ubuntu, if I need to find help or resources or something, frequently if I can't find it in Linux Mint, so the Linux Mint Support Center, I can find something in the Ubuntu Support Center that will work. And because it shares the same kernel, I can pretty much use the same software. So if I need to install it for, if it can install for Ubuntu, I can usually install it for Mint using the same thing. Okay, now one of the things we talked about with the Ubuntu and Kubuntu installs is that you have the option to live try or to install. Now in Mint you have the same thing, but notice it didn't do an install. It comes up with the live trial. So I have my Linux Mint Cinnamon interface here, but it's running live CD, is not actually installed. So I can come down here, do things, explore the operating system, browse web, do whatever I want. I just can't save anything because I'm running on live CD. So if I want to install it, I have to manually trigger it. And the others defaulted, Ubuntu and Kubuntu defaulted to doing an install and then you could do a live CD. This one does the live CD and now you have to start the install manually. All right, so my install is starting to spin here. We're going to give this a second to load its installer. The downside, by the way, of running off live CD, we talked about this in the Ubuntu video. The downside of running off of live CD is that it tends to run slower than if you are doing it off of a hard drive. And it's just because of the read time between the CD and the hard drive. In this case, I am reading out of a compressed ISO file, and so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. So we're going to let this spin until we get to here. And here is our installation application. All right, language, English, yep, I'm fine with that. So I'm going to click continue. Keyboard language, and notice as I'm coming along here, each of these screens is going to, or each of these steps is going to highlight in blue when I'm done. Keyboard layout, yep, good. The title of the little setting is up here. So you know what you're looking at. And this is taking a little while to go through its steps. Do I want to install additional multimedia codecs? No, I don't. It's a virtual machine. I'm not running multimedia on here anyway. So I'm going to click continue. Do I want to erase and disk and install Mint or do something else? So this is the default, is just wipe it out and give me a brand new Mint install, which is what we're going to do. If you are wanting to maybe dual boot between Windows and Linux Mint or boot between multiple Linux operating systems, this is where you'd partition the hard drives yourself so that you can control that a little bit better. But this is a virtual machine. I don't care. So I'm just going to say, yeah, install now. And this will trigger its installation. Yep, we know. It's going to write the changes to disk. Continue. And we are going to go to Los Angeles. I wish they would actually, given all of our versions have done this, In fact, just about every Linux install I've ever done does this, where they do this by the key city in the region, not by the actual time zone. So click continue. Name, my name is David. It sets David Virtual Machine. We've seen that on the others as well. Choose a password. Set my default password. Again, I can require or log in automatically or require this. And I also have the option to encrypt my home folder here. And I could do that if I was really worried about security. Again, VM, I'm the only one who uses this. I don't care. So I'm going to click continue, and we are already partially through copying files, as you might have noticed. So when we clicked that install, it started copying the files, and then we just continued on with the other stuff we were doing. Again, we have splash screens with information, fairly common, telling us a little bit about the operating system. You can navigate through them here if you want to learn more about the operating system as you go. Okay. Like I've done before, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and let this finish installing, and then we're going to come back, reboot the system, and see what post-installation steps we have to deal with. Okay, so here we are. It took a few minutes, but we finished our install, and so we come back to this screen where we have the option to continue testing or restart now. Well, I don't need to test anymore, so we're just going to click on Restart Now. And so like with our Ubuntu and our Kubuntu installs, it's remove the installation media. Yep, we're good. Press enter, and it's going to reboot, and we should come up in a nice clean install of Linux Mint. Now, Linux Mint is running their Cinnamon desktop. Cinnamon desktop is not specific to Linux Mint. You can run Ubuntu and install Cinnamon on it. You can run straight Ubuntu and run or add KDE to it or a bunch of other different things like that. We're doing the different distros just so we can see different flavors and how they look. So log in with my default password, and real quick, so post install, welcome to Linux Mint. Yep, let's go. We can choose to show or not show this dialog at startup. We don't want to see it every time, so we're going to make that go away. And then here are our first steps. We can configure our desktop colors, our system snapshots, our driver manager, our multimedia codecs, our update manager, our system settings, our software manager. So all of this pops up right at the very beginning. Firewall, I forgot to mention that one. All of these pop up right at the very beginning and say, hey, you can launch any of these if you want to do this, or you can systematically go down and do every single one of them if you want. So I'm not going to go do any of those. I'm going to go to my next step, which is my documentation. And here's my Linux Mint documentation, new features, and release notes. Again, each one launch, it'll take you there. So I'll tell you about the helps system, where we have chat rooms, we have web forums. Again, it's community supported primarily, like Ubuntu. I have had really good luck. Linux Mint is the one I use as my daily driver, and I've had really good luck with their web forums. I don't always go here. I'll just do a Google search, but I found really good responses from there. And then last but not least, contribute if you want to. Okay, so I'm done with my little welcome screen, and because I unchecked this, it won't show up again. So I'm going to close. And this, actually, you can see some similarities to KDE. There are some differences we might look at a little bit more as we dive into it, but at the moment we have our taskbar, we have our system reports, we've got updates, network, sound, time, and our Linux Mint menu. So, like I said, we'll take a look at comparing and contrasting these desktop environments a little bit later on in another video. But for the moment, I just wanted to walk you through the process of installing Linux Mint, answering the questions. And now that we're done with it, I'm going to come to my power right here and shut down the system. So there we go. In these last 3 videos, we've installed Ubuntu, Kubuntu, and Linux Mint.